Hey guys, so today I'm going to teach you about properties of math. So we kind of did this yesterday when we did the distributive property. We just did the distributive property all in its own specific day because it's more challenging than the other ones. So your learning goal by the end of the lesson today is that you should be able to identify the associative, commutative, and identity properties of addition and multiplication. So there's three new things that you're going to be talking about today. And here they are. So you have your properties of addition and you have your properties of multiplication. They kind of look the same, except for these have an addition sign and these have a multiplying sign. Remember, or multiply could look like this, or with parentheses, or just A, B, letters right next to each other, or variables, right? Okay, so what I wanted to do is I dropped off this paper for you, and this is the notes, and we are going to fill these out together. So if you need to pause this video as we're going and doing this, you can. But what I expect to see when you come back to class is these notes filled out all the way. If you're at home, you can do this on notebook paper. It's all right. All right, so first thing we're going to do is the properties of addition. So these are actually pretty easy. The first one is associative. So what I want to tell you about associative is, what word do you see in associative? And I know you guys are laughing at me right now, but no, there's more than that word in associative. Okay, associative has the word associate in it. And what associate means is who you hang around with. So who your friends, who you associate yourself with. All right, so for the properties of addition, associate means who are you grouped with, basically. Right? So what you could say then, an example of a property of addition would be that the order does not matter. So it doesn't matter what group you're with, the answer is still the same. So what I'm going to write for this is the grouping parentheses doesn't matter. The grouping of parentheses does not matter. Okay, and let's talk about how that actually works. So if you had a math problem that was 3 plus 2 plus 7, and the 3 plus 2 is inside the parentheses, right? And then you had this other math problem, 3, this. If you solve both sides of that, you're going to get the same answer. So in addition, the order does not matter that you do the work in. So same deal here. If you follow order of operations and you do parentheses first and you solve what's inside there, what you have on this part is 5 plus 7, and then you've got 9 plus 3. Well, 5 plus 7 is 12. And 9 plus 3 is also 12. So do you see that the order that you put the numbers that you group don't change the answer? So here I have my 3 and my 2 grouped together. Here I have my 2 and my 7 grouped together. But it didn't change the answer. So if you look at this, it's still in the same order. I didn't change the order. 3, 2, 7, 3, 2, 7. I didn't change the order. But what I did do is I changed the way I grouped these. So here I have these two grouped, here I have these two grouped. So, all right, so the next property that we're going to talk about of addition is the commutative property. And the word commutative, in the word commutative, there is the word commute. And the word commute means to move to a different place. So to commute means to move or to travel. Okay, so the commutative property then basically means that the order doesn't matter again. So you can move the numbers around and the answer doesn't change. So basically commutative property is the order doesn't matter. So for example, on this you could do 7 plus 1 plus 6. And if I move these around, and maybe this time I do 1 plus 7 plus 6, The order doesn't matter. I still have a 7, I still have a 1, I still have a 6, but the answer is still going to be the same thing. So if I add these together, I get 14 over here, and if I add these together, I get 14 over here. So the order does not change the answer on this. Commutative property of addition, you can add it in any order you want, and it doesn't change. Okay, identity is the last one, and I think identity is the easiest one. So identity, ID. The identity means the who you are, basically. So who you are. So if you think of your ID that you have on your chest with on your lanyard, that is who you are. It has your picture on it. So in addition, the identity property of addition, what that means is that any number added to 0 stays the same number. Okay, so what that looks like is this. 7 plus 0 equals 7. If any number that you add 0 to doesn't change that it's going to be 7 in the end. So identity is the same. So this identity of this 7 didn't change just because I added 0 to it. It stayed the same. So the identity did not change. All right, so look at properties of multiplication. These properties of multiplication basically are the same thing as these, but they look a little different because they're multiplying. So for this, the associative property is the same thing. It's who you associate with or who you're grouped with. So in the associative property, you're going to see parentheses most of the time. And what that means is the grouping of the parentheses doesn't matter. The grouping of the parentheses doesn't matter. The grouping of the parentheses does not matter. Okay? So what that would look like then is maybe I have 1 times 2 times 3. 1 times 2 times 3. Okay, and maybe my parentheses are here and here on the first one, and then my parentheses are here and here. All right, so what I would get here is I would follow the order of operations just like I normally would. So 1 times 2 is 2. Bring this part down. 2 times 3 is 6. And then here, 2 times 3 is 6. And 6 times 1 is 6. So you see, even though I moved these parentheses, the order did not, the answer didn't change. The way I put these parentheses in here, it does not matter how I group these. It's not going to change the answer because both are still 6. Okay, so the next one is the commutative property. If you remember from up here, commutative means to move or travel. All right, so to move or travel. So the order doesn't matter. So what that would look like is maybe I've got 6 times 7 and then 7 times 6. We know this from elementary school that when you multiply numbers, it doesn't matter what order you multiply them in, you're going to get the same answer. So 6 times 7 is 42, but then 7 times 6 is also 42. So the order that you do the math here does not matter. That is the commutative property. And we talked about this earlier in the year. Okay, identity is the next one. Identity is your ID, or who you are, if you remember that from earlier. So the property of identity for multiplication says that any number multiplied by 1 stays the same number. Okay, so then if you look over here, what you end up having is if you multiply any number by 1, you still get the same answer. So maybe I have 8 times 1. 8 times 1 is what? 8. So you see, this 8 didn't change. Just because I multiplied it by 1, it didn't change it. It's still 8. The identity stayed the same. Okay? Distributive, this is what we did yesterday. So distributive is when you pass out all of the numbers to the other numbers inside the parentheses. Okay, so for example, for distributive, this is what we did yesterday in here, right? So maybe I've got x on the outside and 1 plus 2 on the inside. So what I would do is I would do x times 1, which would give me 1x, or just x, okay? And then bring my plus sign down, and then x times 2 would give me 2x, okay? And the next question is, are these like terms? Can you combine these like terms? Well, here I've got a number and an x. I've got a number and an x. So these those are like terms. So I can add them up. So 2x plus 1x is 3x. And that is the distributive property. All right, so going back to this again, if we were to, so we already did this together. And what I want to do is sort these with you. So if you look at these, we're going to put these in these different columns, okay? So I kind of want you to think about this with me. And if you need to pause the video in between to think about this, where they might go, you can. So this first one says A plus B equals B plus A. So it's not identity. There's no ones or zeros in there. It's not going to be associative because there's no parentheses. The order doesn't matter, so this one would be commutative. The order does not matter. This one, 3 times 8 times 6, 3 times 8 times 6. This one is associative because the groupings changed. So this guy would move down to associative. This, ooh, what is this one? Distributive. This is distributive, yeah. Look at that. A plus B plus C. A plus B plus C. So this is associative because the groupings don't change the answer. 7 times 1 equals 7. The identity didn't change. Identity. 3 times y, 3 times 6. That would be distributive. And then 8 times 2, 2 times 8. The order does not matter. That is commutative. Yay. And then the last one, 8 plus 0 equals 8. The identity didn't change, so this is identity. Identity. All right. So today in math, I taught you the properties of addition and the properties of multiplication. You should have taken these notes. If you didn't get all of it, watch the video again, and you can do that. Your assignment today, you have 2 things you're going to work on, and they're both on paper. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to do this sort for me. So here is your mat that you're going to sort it on. So you're going to cut these out. Actually, I'm going to give you a choice here. It doesn't really matter to me. You can cut them out and then glue them on here, or you can just write the letter of whatever one is what on here. So that is the first thing. So you can cut it out, or you can just write it. I don't care, whatever's better for you. And then the other assignment is this, and this is just distributive property practicing from yesterday, and I want to see your work on this. And that's all I have for you. Tomorrow we'll do some more practice on this, and I will see you then.